What's going on, you guys? My name is Zach Hartley and welcome back to another weekly watch list video. In this series, my goal is to share with you how I feel about the market conditions as well as which stocks are at the top of my watch list going into the week ahead. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so like always, we're going to start with our indices because that gives us a good idea of how the broad market is doing, and as of right now, it is not doing well. You can see by the NASDAQ chart here, this kind of represents mostly technology stocks and companies. And we are kind of breaking through or falling through our key support level right here around 12,500. We are now trading below 12,000, or at least we got below 12,000 on Friday. We closed out at 12,144 points. And honestly, it wasn't a great week for the NASDAQ. We had rising interest rates and the market did not react well to that the day after. It reacted very well when the rates first came out, but right after that, the market really did not like that. And so the NASDAQ had a bearish week and we are breaking or falling through our key support level right now, which is not a very good sign. When it comes to the S&P 500, we're kind of testing our key support level right now, so we haven't really broken through it. But it's also not looking great for the S&P 500, at least over the last few weeks. However, if we see a good bounce here and if we see strong momentum over the next few weeks, maybe Monday, Tuesday is a good entry point. We'll just kind of have to wait and see how things go. When we look at the Dow Jones, it's a very similar pattern to the S&P 500. We are trading bearishly, maybe sideways, you could kind of argue. We are testing our key support level right now. And overall, it hasn't been a great few weeks in the Dow Jones either. And with Bitcoin, it has been a terrible, basically, month for Bitcoin. It's been a rough kind of 30 or 40 days now. We are trading right at $35,000. We will see if $35,000 holds up as a key level of support. Realistically, Bitcoin is really starting to trade in line with the S&P 500, which is kind of interesting. You can see that when the S&P 500 goes up, Bitcoin goes up, and when the S&P 500 comes down, Bitcoin comes down. And so it's starting to be less of a hedge against the market. So definitely something to consider if you're big into cryptocurrency. Now, when it comes to earnings this week, we have got a lot going on. Palantir is starting us off on Monday morning. And then after the close, we have Upstart, we have AMC, we have Suncor, we have Plug Power. So it's going to be a big Monday on, we also have Blink. We're going to take a look at them in this watch list. On Tuesday, we have Peloton and SoFi. We also have Roblox and Coinbase and Unity Software. On Wednesday, we have Yeti and Fiverr and Disney. Thursday, we have Affirm, and Friday, not too many companies that I follow. We are going to take a look at some of them though. Now, here's the important thing to think about here. The S&P 500 and the Dow Jones and even the NASDAQ, they contain a wide variety of industries. And overall, the wide variety of industries is not doing well, but some of the industries are doing well. And so the question you need to ask yourself is, how do you figure out which industries are doing well so that maybe you can invest into those companies, or you can short the industries that are not doing well? And so you need to have this kind of mindset before you go in and start looking at the markets. You should have an idea of what industries are hot right now and what industries are not. And the way that you can do that is by building an industry watch list. So this is usually, once I look at the broad markets, this is usually the next step before I start looking at individual stocks. I will look at this watch list right here. Now, obviously, I'm taking the screenshot on a Saturday, so it's not giving me any changes here. But this is the watch list I use, and they're basically all sector SPDR ETFs. And on the right-hand side here, you can see what they track. And so consumer discretionary, healthcare, utilities, real estate, consumer staples, technology, industrials, financial, energy, communications, and materials. And so all of these are different industries, and when I look at this watch list on Monday morning, for instance, I can see exactly which industries are up, which industries are down, and when I look at this ETF, I can see how that industry has done over the past few months. And this is what I use to figure out which industries I want to invest in at the time. Now, for us, we are going to take a look at the energy ETF here, XLE, because it is doing extremely well. But before we do that, I want to talk about the Airpods giveaway that I did in my last weekly watch list video. I gave away a brand new set of AirPods Pro. The winner was Giulio Simoni. I did the entire draw on my Instagram, so follow me there if you want to see it. And the next giveaway that I'm doing is actually for a PlayStation 5. All you have to do to sign up for that is use the link in the description to this video and become a member with Addy. You do have to buy a subscription, you do have to link your bank account, but the subscription costs $25 and they give you a $25 credit when you complete the registration. So realistically, it's completely free, and you get entered into the PlayStation 5. There's only 50 spots, so you literally have a 1 in 50 chance of winning the PlayStation 5, and I use Addy to invest in commercial real estate. I've invested in 4 different properties through them. The link is down below. I've also made a couple of videos about it. I invested into a hotel a few months ago, so definitely check that out. But let's start diving into this ETF. So this is the one I mentioned, XLE. This is the SKYROCKETIng Energy ETF, and as you can see on Friday, it closed at a brand new all-time high of $82.92, 1 cent away from the all-time high of the day, which is absolutely beautiful. And this is an ETF that represents a broad portfolio of energy companies, and this is really interesting because as the market is selling off, technology is taking a beating, banks are taking a beating, all of these different stocks are doing extremely poorly, but the price of a barrel of oil is near all-time highs, which means these energy companies are making a whole lot of money, and that is why this ETF is at an all-time high. And so if you looked at your industry watch list here and then you saw that everything was down but energy was starting to move higher, you could start to identify some stocks in that industry. And that's what I did a few weeks ago when I identified COUR for us, and I also identified Cenovus. COUR here was breaking out of massive resistance at $42. Saw some nice movement here over the last few weeks. It also has earnings coming out on Monday, so this is going to be a stock to watch. But Cenovus was kind of cool. I pointed this one back out in March here. I said we've got some major resistance, and when we break through, there's going to be a great opportunity here. It's up by about 30% since then, closing at all-time highs on Friday. And the higher that the price of oil goes, the more profitable these companies are going to be. So use your industry watch list to identify which industries are doing well, and that's where you should be focusing for new trades and new opportunities. Here's a screenshot from my video on March 6th, where I literally pointed out that exact pattern that you can see on the chart right here. And now the stock went from $20 to $26. So we're doing extremely well here. Now, the next stock that I want to point out here is Enterprise Group. This company is also in the energy space, but they are a very, very small company. They're actually based in Alberta, which is kind of cool. And the company's been doing very well lately, moving up from 18 cents, now approaching some resistance at 40 and 42 cents here. I am watching for the breakout. And the reason I like this company right now is because, yes, they're super small at $18 million market cap, but on their last balance sheet, they actually had a book value of $30 million. So the company has more assets after they pay off all their liabilities than what the entire company is worth right now. Found that very interesting. This company is also reporting earnings soon, so I'm going to be watching them very closely, and I'm also going to try and reach out to them to do an interview. Now, the next stock here is Udemy. We're switching gears a little bit here. Done with oil and gas and energy. I'm changing to online learning here. This is an industry that I'm really optimistic about. I think as more and more people get access to internet, they're going to want to learn new things on that internet access, and Udemy and Coursera and some of these other platforms are where they're going to do most of that learning. And Udemy, as you can see here, approached some major resistance right around $10 right here in March and April, and then again in May right here, and now we are starting to break out, and the stock has way increased volume. We've broken out of the trend, we're crossing through our moving averages, and they just reported great financials. So we also have a beautiful, beautiful catalyst, which is one of the main reasons that this stock is starting to turn around. I really like the company, I like the business model, and I like what they're doing. I also like Coursera. This is another company in a similar industry with a little bit different business model, approaching a key level of support right here at 16, and they're currently trading at a price to sales ratio of 4.3, which in my mind is extremely cheap. The company is forecasting $550 million in revenue in 2022, and they currently have a $2.4 billion market cap. So when you divide 2.4 divided by 0.55, that gives you a price to sales ratio of 4.3. And honestly, for a company growing this quickly, I think that is an absolute sale. Now, next company here is Fortinet. I really like the cybersecurity space. I think there's a lot of opportunity here long term, and Fortinet is currently triple testing this 260, 265 level right here, and they're trading within a channel. As you can see, we've come down and up several times right here, and I am watching for a catalyst on Monday or Tuesday. I want to see what direction the market's going. I want to see if there's any news about this company, or I want to see if there's any news about the cybersecurity industry, because I think we're at a key inflection point with Fortinet where we are either going to continue to sell off, we're going to see a nice level of support and buyers step in here. We're going to see a nice bounce back up for a short-term swing trading opportunity back up to 340, 350. So those are the two scenarios. that I'm watching for on Fortinet. And the last company here is BLNK Charging. This is an absolute roller coaster of a company. I first started looking at it when it was between $10 and $15. It ran up to $64, and now it's currently trading at about $17.90 right now, approaching the same key level that it has traded off of and bounced off of several times so far in the last few years. So I'm watching this one closely. I want to see if 1750 holds up. If it does, I do think BLNK Charging has a great opportunity ahead of it, and I think they'll probably get acquired in the next few years. But if this doesn't hold up, then it might be an opportunity to short sell as well. All right, now in summary, like I said, we are in a bearish market right now. So before you buy any of these stocks, you need to do your own analysis. You need to make sure that you understand the companies and that you're getting in for a good valuation relative to the previous and historical trading action. I also recommend that you only buy great companies that are on sale. A lot of the best companies in the world right now are trading at a 10 to 15 to 20% discount from their all-time highs. I think it represents a great opportunity. You also need to manage your risk. I just put out a video this week about 3 strategies on how to manage your risk and make money in a bear market. If you want to see that, check out my YouTube channel. And if you want to learn how to trade better or just analyze these charts a little bit better, you can sign up for my completely free Skillshare course. It's called Stock Market Fundamentals. It's 10 hours long. It has over 12,000 students on there, over 400 reviews, and I promise you it'll be the best free resource that you can find online. It's hosted on Skillshare. You get 1 month completely free when you sign up with the link down below. And the course, like I said, is only 10 hours long. So do the course, cancel the subscription, or keep it. Doesn't matter to me. And I promise you it'll be well worth your time and your effort. And if you get any value out of this video, remember to click that like and subscribe button. I sincerely appreciate it. And the link is also down below if you want to sign up for the PS5. And that's about it. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you soon.